And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Michigan International Speedway as we get ready for the running of the VFW 200. This is the 11th race of the season here for Season 5 of the Oreo Truck Series. And around this time, now that we've passed race number 10, these drivers are starting to set their sights on getting themselves into the all-star races for trucks, mobile, and Snickers. A win is what gets you into it. So you're going to see a lot of these drivers here today vying for victory lane, not only for a chance to win, not only for a chance to rack up valuable points in the standings, but also to get themselves a guaranteed ticket into the Season 5 Oreo Truck Series All-Star Race. On the pole for today's race is going to be Richard Johnson. Nice qualifying run for him as he comes in 40th in the points. I've been seeing in the last few weeks drivers who start up at the front of the field end up coming away with pretty decent finishes, and it ends up being drivers who are not doing that well in the points. So we're starting to see now how drivers that are way down, mired down in the standings, are realizing that the urgency is becoming a little bit greater. They're getting better starts, better finishes, and they're starting to steadily work their way up through the point standings. Alongside of Richard Johnson is going to be the rookie Carter Keselowski. He comes in 34th in points, so good run today is needed for him. As a matter of fact, pretty much you can say the whole top four for this starting lineup really need good runs. Barney Ward lined up there on the inside of row 2 and 3rd. He's 38th in points. And alongside of him, Jacob Cook, our winner from Las Vegas, he is 32nd in points. You could even go as far back as row 3. Dom Capps starting 5th. He's 36th in the standings. And Trent Dunham alongside of him in 6th here for the start of this race, 37th in points. So right now, no driver inside the top 6 is running any better than 32nd in the standings. So good qualifying runs for all these drivers. Will say they can utilize these prime starting spots to be able to get themselves a good finish and possibly a win here today. Time to get these trucks rolling off. Adam Chambers comes into this race with a 22-point advantage over new second-place driver in the standings, Sean Henley. Matt Rod fell to 3rd after a bad finish last week at Talladega. And James McLeod and Nick Eggleston, they're the top 5 in the standings, as here is your starting lineup. Laps of racing, you'll notice this is not the typical Michigan that we've gone to in the past. This is a new revamped Michigan International Raceway, so we're going to have to see just exactly what this track is going to bring to the table as far as what kind of racing we're going to get. Apparently it's an all-new repaved surface, which is hopefully going to allow more grip, maybe some nice 3, maybe 4 wide racing. I don't know if this track can hold it or not. They didn't attempt it in practice, so we're not sure what these drivers are capable of here at this brand new track, but we're going to find out the same time you do. Richard Johnson, Carter Keselowski bring us down. Right there is the restart line, but the start-finish line's further down. There we go, the green flag is in the air. We're underway here in the VFW 200. Richard Johnson going to have that advantage on the low side. I'm pretty certain that's going to be the line that will move all day long. We may see a run off of turn 2 and turn 4, but I highly doubt it. Now Barney Ward's going to take a peek down to the inside line. It looks like he is there. Yes, he is. Barney Ward's going to come alongside of the Budweiser Chevrolet. Drag race down to turn number 3. Inside line, though, is going to prevail, and Barney Ward will go to the lead. Margaret Mason directly behind him. Then Bob Jones in the 11. He's actually been putting together some much better qualifying runs as of late. At the beginning of the season, it seemed like Bob Jones was always starting at the back of the pack in the final row. And look at them, 4 wide all the way back through this field. Apparently they can fit it here. Oh, Oh man, close quarter racing contact between Dylan Young and Eric Burton, but somehow they're keeping it together. They are 4 wide, 3 rows deep right there, and still keeping it green. Oh no, there they go! One car was turned around, that was Dom Capps. Dylan Young was around as well. As the battle's going to go on for the lead here, as they're going to come to our first caution of the day. Luke Walker looking down on the bottom. Right behind him is Danica Shirley as they look under Bob Jones out of turn 4. Looks like it will be Luke Walker leading us to our first caution, but here comes Danica Shirley trying to make a move here at the stripe, but no, outside line will still prevail. Luke Walker leads us under the first caution of the day. Shirley will get second, and then somewhere, I think it was Bob Jones, Cinedino, and maybe Maggie Maydar, but that may have been the top 5. But the first caution's out, and Sky Commons is a part of it. Oh man, smoke erupting from the back of the Mike's Hard Lemonade Toyota Tundra. Commons Day is done, our winner from Atlanta. Oh, more cars on pit road here. Andrew Gonzalez just ahead. That is Matthew Rodriguez, 3rd in standings. 2nd straight week, he's had problems. And then Christopher Martin ahead of him. Martin, who had moved his way into the top 10. A bad finish last week dropped him down to 14th in points. Now he's involved in this incident. Derek Reed in the UPS Ford, he's involved. I know Dylan Young got a piece of it because I saw him sideways on the back straightaway. Anthony McCurry has gotten a piece of it as well. Felix Harris, the rookie points leader, 7th in overall standings, may have gotten involved. I think the pole sitter, Richard Johnson, may have gotten some of it. Ryan Acosta, Trent Dunham, the points leader, Adam Chambers, may have gotten something as well. And Dom Capps, I know, got turned around as well as he's got damage on the DuPont Chevrolet. There's a few other drivers up ahead here that are peeling down towards pit road. Nick Eggleston is one of them, and there was another car. I couldn't tell who it was. Oh, that's Jake Rogers in the 22, who last week had a top 5 at Talladega Super Speedway, almost making it a 1-2 finish with his teammate Sean Galligan. A lot of drivers coming down here making pit stops. We'll have to see who's going to continue, who's out. As we're working our first caution of the day, let's take a look at a replay of what happened. Taking a look here from our helicopter view, let's see if we can find out how this whole thing gets started. Oh yeah, up on the very top of your screen, right there, Hayden Klein, Andrew Gonzalez, Christopher Martin, and Richard Johnson get together, and then there's that contact between Dom Capps, Sky Commons, up ahead of them. I think that was Charles Jackson and Dylan Young getting together. There were about 4 or 5 different incidents there with contact being made. There you see Anthony McCurry and Alex Tankard there on the low line. They spin down onto the apron. There were several different areas where wrecks triggered, and they all just kind of formed up into one incident there. Look at Sean Henley. Oh, wow. Oh, he just sideswipes Emilio Navarrete there, but Henley, 2nd in points, did a pretty doggone good job getting through that wreck. Chambers may have got through it as well. Didn't see him come to pit road. Oh, Rod Houston's going to get a piece of Charles Jackson right there. The car's just littering this area. There's Dylan Poteet there. Oh, up here ahead. Oh, I think Chambers could have run into the back of Emilio Navarrete. I don't know. We're going to go on board, actually, with our top 3 in points. We're going to start first with Sean Henley, see how he made it through that wreck. Here's a look at what Sean Henley saw. Watch him work his way through this. Oh, see, right there he sideswipes the 5 of Emilio Navarrete, but I don't think that really hurt him that much. On the whole, Sean Henley did a really good job getting through that wreck. Oh, then somebody up here further spins. Oh, Martin, Matthew Rodriguez, and Andrew Gonzalez, and Henley somehow snuck his way through that as well. And now we're on board with the number 51, the points leader, Adam Chambers, to see if he got involved in this wreck. Wow, you know what? He actually got through that pretty well, too. He did have a little contact with Felix Harris there on the left side, but Chambers, the points leader, got through that wreck relatively clean as well. You see him backing off here, though. Oh, wait a minute, just a second. Oh, wait a minute, you see that? Andrew Gonzalez's machine disappeared just before Adam Chambers came up on him. That could have been really costly for Chambers had not the 16 disappeared when it did. Well, 2 weeks ago at Infineon, he was the points leader and won the Infineon race. This is what happens 2 weeks later. Right here, he was doing a great job getting through everything. Oh, somebody went on the apron and in the grass all the way up. Oh, that was Christopher Martin. Oh, my word. have to go on board with Christopher Martin because he just floored it in the grass and drove himself right up into the wall. Listen to this. Christopher Martin was in that 4-wide squeeze with Richard Johnson, Hayden Klein, and Andrew Gonzalez, and watch this. This car gets turned down towards the inside wall. Listen, there's no let up. He's still in the throttle. He's going to drive it straight up into the wall. Watch this. Oh! And that's when he gets nailed by Andrew Gonzalez and Matthew Rodriguez, and oh man. How those other guys get through that wreck, I don't know. But Miss Christopher Martin just floored it while he was on that, in the grass area. He was picking up speed rather than losing it, and he just drove it straight up into the wall. That is a hard hit for Christopher Martin. Not certain what he was thinking there. He very well could have had it saved, backed it down, maybe lost a few spots, but still been in this thing, and now I think he's going to end up with a DNF. Green flag will come back out on lap 7 of 20. That will give us a total of 14 laps to go in today's event. The leader is Luke Walker. Second is Danica Shirley. Been a long time since we've seen her up at the front. I think the last time we saw her really up at the front at all was at Phoenix when she picked up her first career Truck Series victory. Behind her, John Cittadino in third. Bob Jones, his teammate, is in fourth, and Maggie Vadarbu is in fifth. Margaret Mason runs 6th, Barney Ward in 7th, 8th is Carter Keselowski with Kyle Sosnowski in 9th, and the top 10 is completed by Jacob Cook. Eric Burton is in 11th, Hayden Klein 12th, two-time Truck Series winner this season, Sean Galligan, he's up to 13th. Nicole Williams runs 14th, and Seth Cole is in 15th. Sean Henley, second in points, he's up to 16th place. 17th is James McLeod, 4th in points, so he's having a great run right now. Stephen Pollard III is in 18th, 19th Ron Vajara Jr., and Tony Blazer completes top 20. Colin Welty 21st, Alex Tanker 22nd, 23rd is Rod Houston. Dylan Poteet is in 24th, Amelia Navarrete 25th, 26th Chris Dollerton, Charles Jackson 27th, 28th is the points leader Adam Chambers, Richard Johnson 29th, Dylan Young 30th, Derek Reed runs 31st, 32nd Jake Rogers, Anthony McCurry 33rd, Trent Dunham 34th, 35th is Ryan Acosta. Nick Eggleston, the furthest back of these drivers so far that's still on the racetrack. He's 5th in points. He's 36th on track. Dom Capps is 37th, and 38th is Felix Harris as the pace truck peels off. We'll go back to green. Drivers out after these incidents took place were Christopher Martin, Matthew Rodriguez, Andrew Gonzalez, and Sky Commons. So Matthew Rodriguez took a hit in the standings last week. He'll take an even bigger one this week as the green flag's back out. Luke Walker trying to win here for the first time this season in that number 45. Walker was mired down just around in the 40s for a majority of this season. But lately he's been putting together some pretty good runs here and there, and he's been able to work his way up to 26th in points. Comes John Cittadino to his inside. Cittadino started out the season well, and now things have been going a little bit south for him. He's fallen all the way down as far as 13th in points. And here goes Bob Jones to the inside. Teammates going to battle there. Wasn't much of a battle, though. Bob Jones just simply drove by John Cittadino, and now he is the leader. They're going to go 4 wide again here. Oh, Maggie Vadarbu was thinking about it. Peeking to the inside there of John Cittadino to go 4 wide with Kyle Sosnowski and Jacob Cook. They're going to keep it 3x3x3. That's probably not a bad idea. Seems like the trouble spot's out of turn 2 when they get 4 wide. So that's why they're keeping it 3 wide right now. As Barney Ward goes to the top spot now, but for how long? Here comes Jacob Cook for his second win of the season. He's on that inside line. Help from Eric Burton. And Carter Keselowski, the outside pole sitter, has now worked his way back up to the front. At the line, Jacob Cook will lead that lap, but here comes the Richard Childress Chevy Silverado of Eric Burton looking low. And he will take the top spot as they almost got 4 wide back there. Danica Shirley and Carter Keselowski. I'm not sure if they didn't bounce off each other there. Good save by both those drivers if indeed they made contact. Here comes Nicole Williams. Big run down low, but here comes James McLeod with a huge head of steam. They're going to go 3 wide for the lead. McLeod going to go to the bottom. He's going to take the top spot. Behind him, last week's runner-up at Talladega, Seth Cole, trying to get his first win of the season. Walker's back up here to the front. There's Tony Blazer and Stephen Pollard III. They were at the back of this pack not moments ago. Seth Cole will go to the lead now. Tony Blazer now looking for second underneath of James McLeod. Here comes Kyle Sosnowski, Margaret Mason, There's a lot of names here that still haven't won this season that have an opportunity here today, and Blazer is one of them, as he's going to go to the low side. He will take the top spot, but oh, he moved up a little bit. He got loose heading into that corner. That's going to allow the 99 of Stephen Pollard III to take that top position. Stephen Pollard III, 4th in rookie points, 12th in overall points. He's been doing a great job this season so far, but he still has to get to victory lane. And today could be the day. Right behind him, though, we got females on that inside line. Margaret Mason in the 50 and making her second career Truck Series start this season. Maggie Vedaravu replacing Rohit Vedaravu, last year's Rookie of the Year in the Truck Series. I apologize for that pause. I had to burp. Maggie Vedaravu going to go to the lead now. She will have that inside line. Here comes Ron Vajara Jr., though. Now, Ron Vajara Jr., due to the fact that Maggie Vedaravu has entered into the Oreo Truck Series, he is no longer dead last in points, but regardless of that fact, he's 42nd out of 43 drivers. So, Ron Vajara Jr. really trying to get season. Oh my goodness, Margaret Mason just flipped over on her side! What triggered that wreck? They weren't even 4 wide. Caution will wave for the second time today. Vedaravu gets kicked to the high side. Vajara Jr. now gets kicked to the high side. Here comes Dylan Pote to the low line. Drag race between these two. Who's it going to be? I think the outside line's got the advantage. I think it was Vedaravu at the stripe. Yes, indeed it was. But what just happened back there? Charles Jackson's in trouble. James McLeod, who was up at the front just moments ago. Trent Dunham, Dom Capps, Eric Burton. But what triggered this? There wasn't even anything that looked like a wreck was going to happen. Oh, Sean Henley, second in the points, for crying out loud. Margaret Mason's in it. Oh, man, Colin Welty, Seth Cole. I'm in complete shock because I don't even know what even happened. Looks like Stephen Pollard III and the 99's got some damage. No idea how this wreck even happened. They didn't even look like they were even close to wrecking. They were just racing 3 wide, but somehow, some contact caused something. Margaret Mason ended up on her side, riding the outside retaining wall. We're going to take a look back at a replay. We got a total of 8 laps to go, and Ron Vajara Jr. is out in front. Oh, I didn't see this, but they were 4 wide back here. Eric Burton, Sean Henley, Adam Chambers, and Margaret Mason, and they're going to all squeeze together. There were 4 wide further back there, too, with McLeod, Luke Walker. Can't tell who that other car is there. Oh, Sean Galligan got a piece of Kyle Sosnowski there. There's Henley. Look at the Mason machine. Margaret Mason up and onto her side. There's Seth Cole getting a piece of it there. And then everybody's just going to start piling in. There's nowhere for anybody to go. There's the 99 going up into the wall of Stephen Pollard III. Chambers, the points leader, was caught up in that. Oh, man, Seth Cole just got pounded by Colin Welty. And look up ahead. Margaret Mason's still flipping over. There's where Henley's going to get a big chunk of this wreck. Tony Blazer, Hayden Klein, Nicole Williams. They all got pieces of this. There's the Welty machine disabled. Alex Tanker may have gotten a piece of it as well. Mason's car going to end up on a roof. Look at, oh my goodness, how did Jackson get a piece of it here? Let's find out. He might have actually gotten hit by Trent Dunham. Oh, no, he didn't get hit by Trent Dunham. He ends up, oh, he tried to squeeze it in between James McLeod and the wall and couldn't fit it there. They saw McLeod and Eric Burton. They had gotten together. And then there's Trent Dunham. How did he get involved? Because his truck was smoking. Adam Chambers. Oh, yeah, here we go. Right there, Eric Burton is going to, yep, he's just going to kind of block up the track, and Trent Dunham's going to hit him. There's Chambers. He's got a damaged race car now. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, every driver in the top 5 in points that wasn't involved in their first wreck of the day got pieces of this wreck. Chambers, Henley, and James McLeod. None of them missed that. Oh, man, and then right there, Dom Capps sideswiped the 1 of Trent Dunham. His car is going to go around right in front of Chris Dollerton, who gets a piece of it. So this wreck even stretched as far down to the entrance of turn number 3. Wow, and then fortunately Dom Capps was able to hang on to it. Otherwise, he may have slid up in front of Anthony McCurry. My goodness. So they were 4 wide back there on 2 separate places, and both those places ended up triggering a huge pileup here again at Michigan, our second caution of the day. When we go back to green flag racing, it'll be 4 laps to go here at Michigan. The garage area beginning to fill up with even more victims after this, our latest caution, and those drivers include Dom Capps, Colin Welty, Seth Cole, Margaret Mason, Sean Henley, 2nd in points, as well as James McLeod, 4th in points. They have both DNF'd. Charles Jackson and Trent Dunn have also gone behind the wall, so far, out of the 5 drivers who came in 1st through 5th in points, 3 have DNF'd here at Michigan. Adam Chambers, the points leader, and Nick Eggleston, 5th in points, are the only 2 who have still been able to continue out of our original top 5 drivers in the standings. Ron Vajara Jr. looking for his first career win, period, in the NNSCRA, but he'd love to be able to win here in his first career Truck Series win as well. He's being flanked by Dylan Poteet, who won a couple of weeks ago at Kansas. He is running 2nd. Barney Ward is in 3rd. Bob Jones in 4th, and Maggie Vaidarvu is in 5th. 6th is Rod Houston. John Citadino 7th. Danica Shirley 8th. Jacob Cook's in 9th, and Sean Galligan looking for his 3rd win of the season. He is in 10th. I actually looked back through the history books. Sean Galligan right now is the most winningest driver in the NNSCRA Oreo Truck Series. I believe he has a total of 6 Truck Series wins, including the 2 he has earned this season. Kyle Sosnowski will restart 11th. 12th is Ricardo Keselowski. Luke Walker 13th. 14th is Alex Tanker. 15th is Richard Johnson, the pole sitter. Then the top 20 is completed by Nicole Williams, Stephen Pollard III, Hayden Klein, Dylan Young, and Tony Blazer. Back up to the front as the green flag is displayed for Ron Vajara Jr., who got himself a whale of a restart there. Opened about a truck length between himself and Dylan Poteet right from the get-go, and that's going to be trouble for Poteet, who may have spun the tires because he's got Barney Ward now to his inside. Ron Vajara Jr., luck has not been coming the way of that 4-team all season long. Today could be the day it turns around, but Barney Ward's got himself a nice run here down the back straightaway, and he's going to use it to the inside. Barney Ward's going to take the top spot in the 88, 3 wide for 2nd. Maggie Vaidarvu dives it down there between Bob Jones and Ron Vajara Jr. And here comes Maggie Vaidarvu to the bottom. She's looking for the lead. In only her 2nd Truck Series start can Maggie Vaidarvu pull off a Dylan Young and end up winning her 2nd Truck Series start. Here comes John Citadino, though. He'd love to be able to pick up his 2nd career Truck Series win, his 1st of the season. He's got the top spot, possibly coming out of turn 2. Man, they are awfully close here. Close quarter racing, and Jacob Cook says, hey, I'm going to make it a 3-man fight. Here he comes, looking low. And he will go to the bottom. Jacob Cook over his 2nd win of the season. He won in Las Vegas. He'd love to win here at yet another Speedway. Here we go. He's got the top spot, and he will take the lead. Coming down to the stripe. Oh, they're going to go 4 wide. 4 wide for the lead. They're 4 wide further back there with Johnson, Keselowski, Barney Ward, and Danica Shirley. This is bad news. I don't want to see what's going to happen to come out of turn 2. Can they keep it together? They're still 4 wide. They're 4 wide, 2 rows deep. This isn't going to end well. They're going to wreck. I'm calling it. There it is. Carter Keselowski into the wall. I think he took Ron Vajara Jr. with him. This is a race for the finish because there were 2 laps to go at the stripe. They will not get back to green. Bob Jones leads. Dylan Poteet 2nd. Does Poteet have anything? No, Bob Jones. Right place, right time. Bob Jones and the number 11 go to victory lane here today at Michigan. Boy, did he plan that right. Rookie Bob Jones picks up his first career NNSCRA victory, his first victory of his Truck Series career, and he's going to do it today, winning the VFW 200 at Michigan International Speedway. There's the smoke on the back straightaway. I knew for certain, based on prior history, that when they got 4 wide, 2 rows deep, there was no way they were going to keep it together coming out of turn number 2. But Bob Jones, he was ahead of it all. He held off Dylan Poteet. Poteet, I don't even think was even close enough to make a move. And Bob Jones is finally going to get it done. A guy who comes in 39th in points is going to actually win today here at Michigan International Speedway. What an unbelievable job by that team. Looks like Poteet's going to get 2nd. Richard Johnson, the pole sitter, worked his way all the way back up to finish 3rd. Jacob Cook 4th. And Nicole Williams going to finish in 5th. Well, there's no doubt about it. The rookie of the race is the guy who's going to win this event, Bob Jones, and the number 11 team. Here they come down here to the checkered flag. Bob Jones, for the first time in his NNSCRA career, will see the checkered flag as he's going to win here today at Michigan. Really no point of going back looking at what that wreck was, because not going to have much of an outcome in the finish of this race. So as the lights are going to go out atop the pace truck there, as that indicates the race is over, we'll give you a look at your top 10 for the finish of today's race. Bob Jones is the winner in his first career win. Dylan Poteet, he'll finish in second. Nice run for him. He came in 6th in points. This is big for him. Richard Johnson, nice third place run for a guy who came in 40th in points. Jacob Cook, another driver who needed a good run, 32nd in points. He'll get 4th. Nicole Williams, very nice run for her, 15th in points, and she finishes 5th today. John Citadino gets 6th. Rod Houston, very nice run for him, in 7th. Ron Vajara Jr. 8th. Where did Anthony McCurry come from? He finishes the day in 9th, and Luke Walker will finish the day in 10th. Take a look at the rookies who finished up here in this race. Bob Jones, Nicole Williams, Rod Houston, and Ron Vajara Jr. Nice runs for all of them, surviving one exciting Michigan International Speedway race. Well, congratulations once again to rookie Bob Jones on his first career NNSCRA victory here in the trucks. Actually, we should really take a look and see where Adam Chambers finished this race, because we know he did continue. Well, Chambers actually may have gotten caught up in that wreck. He'll finish officially today in the 29th position, so it is going to be a points shakeup, no doubt about that, as I believe every driver who came in the top 5 in points got involved in a wreck one way or another. Well, Bob Jones takes the checkers here today at Michigan. We got Mobile and Snickers Cup Series races coming your way, though. Be sure to tune in for those. Here comes your official finish, your results, your rookie points, and your overall points at next week's race, which will come from the Lady in Black Darlington Raceway. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best, and Bob, I think you just missed Victory Lane. It's on the other side of the pit wall.